It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm going to quickly recap our West Texas oil trade. Now, this was quite a nice trade in terms of, textbook setup, and I'll probably say that every case study, but everything was just, nice in terms of the flow. So pretty much, as you can see here, I'm going to just start off and stay on a 4-hour time frame. We don't need to go to the daily. If you want to see the daily, you can. You can see that we are pretty bearish. We took out these previous lows, and if you go to the 4-hour, you can start to see these 4-hour ranges a bit more clearer. Now, as you can see, we have this range and this range. It got broken to the downside. We're now in this range and this range, and it got broken to the downside and we've now entered into this range. Okay, so if we look left as well, we can see that these have all, this one especially has been tapped into, so you could have taken a trade there if you wanted to, but we were looking for a trade here. Now, as you can see, it priced up into this 4-hour order block very nicely. So what I did is I went down to the 5-minute time frame and I looked for my points of interests and where I was looking to enter. Now, as you can see, we had a break of structure to the downside, taking out all these lows after, drawing apart all of our confluences. If I just make this back to there, you can see here that we are selling within this premium zone. Okay, now this here was very choppy. I heard at the person, at the time of seeing this has already been tapped into anyways. Price came back up, started to create these lows, highs, sorry, and as you can see, price came back up and swept all out those highs and tapped into this order block as well. This order block was valid simply because there was an imbalance below it. Break of structure, you already know what it is, right? Now, you could have just took it up as a 5-minute order block here, and that's absolutely fine. Or if you wanted to, you could add in the breakers, and as you can see, if we were going to do it as a breaker block, we have the open of this last down candle before the move, and even as a range, we have it whole as one range. So all of the confluences just sort of added up. Then we entered the trade, very simple. Took a nice market execution as price tapped into the open of that. And obviously in terms of management, we're managing the trade. So from this range to this range, broken structure to the downside, new range, same method applies. New range. And we just kept dropping and dropping and dropping, right? And then this is where it got quite interesting. Price was making these sort of tight consolidation, and then broken structure to the downside, created this high, broken structure to the downside again. If I just clear all of that as well, make it a bit clearer. As you can see, we're in this part, right? So we had our new low, we had our new high, right? Now we had our new low again. So we can go ahead and move that. And this is how we manage our trade, obviously. And then as you can see, that's not the best. If I just draw on this, as you can see, price closed above. So that's where we exited the trade, as you can see, pretty nicely. Okay, so that there was a nice 8.61%. Very nice, simple trade. High time frame point of interest, low time frame confirmation entry. In the confirmation entry, all we look for is an order block and balance, break structure. 3 simple rules. And then obviously we look for that mitigation. I was happy the risk reward given, and if I wasn't, then I would have probably not got into the trade if it was in the equilibrium, and I probably would have had to look for scaling later on down the line in one of these entries here, because as you can see, we had an order block here, right? Order block here, and we can just continue to mark them up and mark them up, right? So it's a very simple trade. Now, unfortunately, if you zoom back out, this is the one that we quite missed a lot. So if you drag it all the way to the bottom, you can see it went up to 40%. But when you follow your plan, you have to follow your plan all the time. So yeah, as you can see, it was a nice little trade, and happy with it overall. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching, and hope you gained value from this one.